Today we got full self-driving on the Tesla Cybertruck, so we're gonna do a first impressions to see how is this full self-driving, because this is the first time I've driven full self-driving on a Tesla Cybertruck and also full self-driving in a long time. So let's get into it. We haven't experienced full self-driving in a while. We did get it on our Model X for a brief period of time, and so that was a pretty nice experience because it really showed me how much of an update it's had in a while. But we're gonna go from, we just finished lunch, so we're gonna go from getting our lunch. We're gonna go from our lunch spot to getting our haircut, and there's a couple different routes here, but one of them actually makes us go on the highway and on the local roads. So this should be a good test to really see in our quick 10-minute drive. It's not gonna be that much longer. 10-minute drive to see how it actually handles in these routes. So right as we pull out the parking lot, let's just throw it right into full self-driving. This is going to be a little nerve-wracking because I haven't really experienced a lot of city to city type of highway driving with full self-driving, but wide open empty road right now. There's no cars coming. Okay, now there's a car coming from the left. This is a pretty busy intersection here, and just pulled out pretty perfectly. It's pulling ahead right now, doing a little bit of an acceleration. We do have a right-hand turn coming up at this light, and we've got a little bit of construction or a little bit of some workers on the side that have blocked the right lane. So this is going to be fun to try and see how the Cybertruck navigates this. But first off, I mean, it was a little bit hesitant pulling out onto this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lane highway. Or not highway, 5-lane city road. There was a couple cars right there, but handled it pretty nicely. And so this is one of those things I feel like you do have to supervise from time to time, and it's been pretty interesting. So you can hopefully you guys can see a little bit of the screen. I guess I could pull it to full visualization mode, and let's see if we can make this a little bit brighter for you guys as well. Maybe I'll change it in post so that you can see more of the screen a little bit, but it's a little bit dark in here because it is a bright day. Maybe it would be best to do this in dusk so you can see more of what's going on the screen here, because I don't think I can change it. No, okay, so it's fine, we'll just leave it. So we're still at a red light right now, just waiting for it to make this right turn. No issues so far. We'll put that in the middle so you can hopefully see what's around us. Green light. Light has turned green. It's about to make a right turn. And doing it pretty smoothly. Initial reviews that I've seen from people that have tested the full self-driving on the Cybertruck, they've said that it's a very smooth product. And I really feel like that's more so because the Cybertruck is a pretty smooth product, being how massive it is with the air suspension. It's a very comfortable vehicle. Right now we're going about 20 miles an hour just following this road ahead of us. We do have a highway merge or a highway on-ramp coming up, and at least one light in between this. Okay, so we've got a person kind of messing around with their truck getting out there, and the Tesla Cybertruck moved a little bit to the left, slowed down a little bit, and then proceeded when it noticed that it was perfectly fine. But this should be a quick drive, 7 more minutes to our destination. I just wanted to see how it would handle. First impression so far, fantastic. It's handling everything like a champ, and it's not necessarily rush hour, but there is a lot of cars right now. And to give you guys some context, we're in California, and there's always traffic in California. Green light now, going a little bit, 20 to 25 miles an hour, following this car. Good spacing, maybe 3 to 4 car lengths. We do have a highway on-ramp coming up on our right here. We've got this van trying to come in a little bit, and full self-driving does not want, okay, a little bit. Full self-driving let it go a little bit at the end, and the van, the Sienna, pulled in. We're taking this highway on-ramp now. This one's gonna be a tough one because I don't know about you all, but highway on-ramps in California, they're very short. They kind of give you just a few seconds or just a few meters or whatever it is to kind of pull onto the highway as quickly as possible. So I'm usually always gunning it or accelerating as fast as possible, and that's what's nice with having a Tesla vehicle. But hey, look at that, Tesla pulled away pretty nicely, going about 45 miles an hour, really matching the vehicle in front of us, and doing a quick merge lane change to the left side. That's actually what I would do as a driver. If I was driving right now, I would 1000% do that move, because I want to get ahead of that person that was in the right lane, and because the right lane is the slow lane. We're on the highway now, going 65 miles an hour, 57 miles an hour, and cruising at a nice altitude. Now, cruising at the highway speeds. We do have an exit coming up in 1 mile to our right, but Tesla, interesting, wants to go to the left lane right now, even though in another mile it has to go all the way right to get off at the exit. Other than that, it's pretty flawless right now. It's not making me touch the steering wheel in any sort of bit. I can see there's a little squircle size steering wheel right here above the speedometer, and on top of that there is a green square right next to that shows that it's using the cameras to pay attention to my face to make sure that I'm monitoring and looking ahead, which is great because I'm not on my phone right now. I'm just talking and watching and monitoring or supervising the Tesla Cybertruck as it drives to our destination. Exit is coming up in 0.4 miles. Tesla is already started to turn on the signal to make its way all the way to the right lane and then exit. It's flawlessly made one lane change there. I really like this. It's not hesitant, like, because I've had a 2019 Tesla Model 3 in 2019, of course, or 2020, and it had that full self-driving back then, but it really didn't have a lot of the features. The one thing my critique with it is that the lane changes were very hesitant. This, flawless. I'm very confident, and it pulls right into whatever lane you're going to. Getting off the exit now, we've got a little bit of traffic here, so it's slowing down. We've got to make a sharp right turn, and we can see there's a bunch of vehicles here. Tesla Cybertruck is following it pretty nicely. I gotta say, this is pretty good. I used to say that Cybertruck, or I used to say that full self-driving was like a bad Uber driver, and really maybe that's because like the Model 3s and Model Ys that I've had them in, it was very jerky, and it's hard to be jerky with the Cybertruck because it is such a massive, big vehicle, but this is smooth. I will say this is smooth, and pretty impressed with this being the first edition, first release of the full self-driving supervised of the Tesla Cybertruck. I gotta say, this has been an impressful drive so far. I didn't think that it was gonna be able to handle that first pulling out onto the local roads from the restaurant, and those 3 merge changes or 3 lane changes on the highway, really nice, really good. I got to give this a A+ for sure, maybe even an A- because it's still driving. It's not driving at its full max speed, but 60 miles an hour on the highway, it's not bad. But I think the speed limit on that highway was 65, and so certainly was going a little bit slower. But then, of course, at the same time, traffic was going a little bit slower as well. We've got one more interesting bit of this. This is like a highway on-ramp exit pulling into the local roads, and it is a stop sign coming up, and so vehicles do like to be a little hesitant because there's an underpass to the left of us that they pull really quickly under, and there's a pedestrian walkway as well right in front where the stop sign is. So we'll see how Tesla handles this part, but it's slowly inching, moving forward, very confident, very solid feeling for sure. And this is fun because I've been waiting, we've had the Tesla Cybertruck since December of last year, really technically like almost late December, January, and this is a 10-month wait for the Tesla Cybertruck full self-driving, and this is something we paid for because it's the full Foundation Series, $20,000 markup, and here we are finally in October or end of September of this year, 10 months later with full self-driving actually on it. So we're at the stop sign right now. We're kind of just inching forward a little bit. It's kind of stuck. It doesn't know what to do. There's a lot of vehicles coming on the left side. There's a very, very short merge lane coming up here, but Tesla is, okay, it's inching a little bit, and now it's pulling ahead. A vehicle coming up on our left really fast, and Tesla Cybertruck pulling ahead. It waited, it was inching, hesitating just a little bit. I think I, as a personal driver, would have pulled ahead a lot sooner, but still, hey, for something that you can just set and let it go on your own, I could tell the car behind us was getting a little bit antsy, starting to itch up like, hey, why aren't you going? But the Cybertruck finally pulled ahead and waited for this Corolla to speed on by, and then we were able to follow behind it. And I just noticed as the Corolla passed and as we pulled into the lane, the vehicles, where there was no vehicles in the lane behind us, so Cybertruck really waited until the utmost safest moment to actually pull onto this local road right here. We're almost at our destination. I mean, that was just a quick 10 to 15 minute drive, and there's really no other interesting parts after this. It's a couple stoplights and then pulling into the parking lot. I guess we could see how well it pulls into the parking lot, but right now it's just avoiding all these different vehicles on our left and right, and also this bus in front of us. But this is probably where I'm going to end it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Hit that like button. Let us know if you have any questions on Tesla Cybertruck with full self-driving, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.